Shifré Haran. Good morning, Shifré Haran, Ronnie. Khaf bet 22. Shifré Haran. ובעניין שבירת כל מידות רעות, היה מופלג בקדושה מופלגת מאוד. There is a concept of having good character traits, refining yourself. וקצת סיפר מעניין שבירת הכעס, and Rabbeinu refined all of his character traits, his midot, to the extent that a person can in this world. Rabbeinu spoke about his anger. ואמר שמתחילה היה כעסן גדול מאוד. Do you think that Rabbi Nachman didn't have a test? He said that he would be an angry person. He had anger. ואחר כך מחמת שרצה להיות איש כשר, כרצונו יתברך התחיל לשבר מידה זו של כעס. Anger is a big detriment to serving Hashem. Because what we're asking you to become is a person that's in line with the fact that God is running the world and that everything that is happening, He is controlling it. Nobody can lift a finger without Hashem giving the stamp in Shamayim. It's true that we have free choice. It's true that a person can choose. But his choice doesn't affect you. If Hashem does not let it, that His choice will come your way, it will not come your way. If a terrorist threw us a bullet, that's his choice. He's wicked. He'll be punished. There are consequences for the choices. But the bullet should hit a person, that's not his choice. That's God's choice. We saw a video the other day where a person was doing some chesed and he bent over to help a lady out of the car and the bullet went right over his head. There were stories like that in Haran. One guy was doing the Amidah. As he went down, he did the Amidah. The person shot him. He was doing the Amidah. He bent down, and the bullet went over him. And then they finally caught him. So a person can choose to do something negative towards you, but if Hashem doesn't want it to happen, it will not happen. And that's why the same is true with mitzvot. Did we do anything now? We did a great campaign. We had a big success. The kola is going to continue, Baruch Hashem. Did we do something? One of the big tzaddikim, I think he built Poinovich, of Kahneman. They told me, you built Poinovich? He said, no. Hashem built Poinovich, and I hitched the ride. I hitched the ride. That means Hashem is going to do what He wants in the world. There's going to be a shul, there's going to be a kollel, there's going to be Torah in the world, and there's going to be stealers and robbers and mafia in the world. Because there has to be zeru matzeh, there has to be free choice. The thing is, what is your desire? What would you like to be? How pure are you? According to your purity, Hashem is going to use you in the puzzle on this side and not on this side. If a person wants negativity, He's going to use them on this side. There's some good things that happen in the world. You're pure, you purify yourself, you refine yourself. We're going to make the good things that Hashem is doing, He's going to hide Himself through you as if you did. You're going to want it to get done, you're going to pretend you're doing, but it's Him doing. So, if that's true, there's not a lot of room for gava when you do something good, and there's not room for anger when something else happens to you, because that you don't want it to happen, because God's in charge. We're not in charge. Every single thing, every breath you take, every action, every movement, everything is from Him. Nothing is not without Him. So if anything happens to you that comes to you your way, that is not the way you like it, if you get upset, all you're just showing is 1 second. Upset with this person, this situation, this scenario, upset with it's Him doing. So if you right away stop, take a deep breath, and say, 1 second, God's in charge of the world, He's doing this, and I'm not upset with Him because everything He does is perfectly good, the best that could be. Everything that Hashem does is only good. So if you know those 3 things, everything is from Him, He's doing this to me, He loves me, He wants my good, and this is for the good, so there's not shaykh afterwards to be upset. There was one of the big rabbis, Talmidei Abba Shem, that he wanted always a talit katan from Eretz Yisrael. You know, even Rabbeinu spoke about having a beautiful talis. Today we buy the most beautiful things, but don't think the tefillin we have, this is gasot, strong. Remember when you were a kid, you pull out little films that you can still buy those. Never buy those tefillin. Those flimsy ones over there, Bazooka Joe tefillin. Don't buy that. The Rav Shach never had tefillin like this. The Gadol Ado. He didn't have money to buy these. Every bar mitzvah kid gets these. The talis. So even the talis back then, one Rebbe wanted a talit from Eretz Yisrael, a beautiful talit. And the talit, it came just the wool, and you gotta make the holes, and you gotta put the strings, and if it's a talit katan that you put around the neck, so you gotta make the hole yourself. So finally, after money, after difficulty, after searching high and low, and finally somebody brought it, and the Gabbai got it, and he brought it for the Rebbe. He was so happy, and the Rebbe paid money for it, and he finally he got the talit katan. Now he has to make the hole for the Rebbe, so he takes it and he folds it, and he's going to make the hole for the Rebbe. So he folds it and he makes the hole. When you fold it, what happens? You make the hole. You make two holes. You don't fold it. He folded it and he made the hole. So now it has two holes. So he brought it to the Rebbe. I'm so. So he brought the Rebbe, and what is the Rebbe going to do to me? So he came to him, I'm so sorry, and he was crying. I'm so embarrassed to tell you, that there's two holes. He says, no, it's exactly, and I needed two holes. I said, why did you need two holes? He says, one hole for my neck, and one hole to make sure I don't get mad. The second hole was to make sure I don't get mad. To give me the opportunity not to get mad. Anger is one step below insanity. You know that? Like rage is one level below insanity. When a person's in rage, he knows that he's not acting right. He knows that it's false. He can't control himself. He can't control whether he's acting. So everybody has anger. Everybody. Even we saw in meaning until you are completely aware of Hashem every single second, always. As soon as you forget Hashem, there's the possibility of being angry. When you're always connected, always aware, and mochin the gadlut, there's no anger. And the tzaddikim could get angry, but for mitzvot. They get angry for kedusha. Moshe Rabbeinu got a touch upset on Elazar, Kohen Gadol. So you see, even in the Torah. And so, don't be upset don't be angry that you have anger. It's normal that you're born with anger. It's normal. And even Rabbeinu was born with it. Now it's your job to break it, and you can break it. You can work on it. It's something that you can work on. If you meditate on every day, and you meditate on these concepts, and you read the Musar about not getting angry, and you work on Emunah, and don't be hasty. People do things quickly, can get angry. If you do things slow with Yeshuv Adat, meditate, always, when you kiss a mezuzah and you go into the room, you're kissing the mezuzah, you're supposed to think of what's written in the mezuzah. Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. So Hashem is one. Every room you go into, don't forget. So you need a mezuzah on every door, because you're always going to forget. You need a bracha all the time. Shakom yabidvo, to remind yourself. We will forget. So the Torah gives us so many things to remind yourself, and then you'll be a person that doesn't get angry. Because you realize Hashem's doing, and He knows better than me, and He's in charge, He's the boss. It's baten. To not get angry, you need to be baten. So if you want to be a kosher yid, you got to work on anger. Some people have it easier than others. Some people have it harder. Some people have fire in them. So no problem. You have fire in you. Channel the fire for good things. It's good to have the fire. But the fire could be also get you upset. Another guy's very passive. He doesn't get upset, but he doesn't move. So if you have anger, you got to work on it. But you can channel the energy of the anger to a lot of good things. A lot of good things. Rabbeinu was kasan gadol, it says here. And then he started to work on it. Asher zachar sheber midat zo shel kas. אבל תכלית שבירה מידה זו, מהפך אל הפך, דהיינו, להתהפך לטוב גמור, שלא אכפת לכלל, שום דבר יהיה רק טוב, בלי שום צד כבדה בעולם, זה זכה רק בארץ ישראל. So there is levels. There is, I don't do anything with my anger. Even though inside, I'm a little bothered. Oh, that hurts. Oh. But Hashem's doing it. It's not the guy. I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to smile at him. I'm going to be kind to him. I'm not going to do any outward actions or reactions with my anger. It's a big level. And then there's level upon level. And then there's a level where lo ichpat leklal, where nobody will touch you even on the inside. A person could embarrass, yell at you, scream at you, hurt you, steal from you, and you will feel no anger because you don't see anything except Hashem. So Rabbeinu got to the first level, and even inside, but then you can still be a touch bothered. And then Rabbeinu got to a level where there was nothing that could bother him at all. Doesn't mean that the Rebbe can't show kpeda. A parent and a teacher is allowed to show to a child or a student sternness, and even pretend on the outside that they're upset, so that they can get. If a teacher is too weak, the kids are going to go crazy. You know, it's a bad thing to have a teacher that has no backbone. A teacher needs to have strength and hold the class. A parent needs to be able to hold the house. A boss needs to be able to run the ship. Doesn't mean that you can't, but on the inside, so Rabbeinu, sometimes we saw kpedot from him. Somebody was having bad thoughts on his table. And they said, "There's goyim coming to my table? Like, what's happening here?" And so Rabbeinu sometimes would show kpedot on people, but to get them to move. But inside, he had no feeling of any discomfort or being bothered by anything ever. By the way, you see, we keep coming back to the same theme. It's not 99% by Rabbeinu. It's 100%. There are tzaddikim, it's 99%, 99.9%. And alvai, we should get there. Alvai. But then there's a tzaddik that it's 0% anger, 0% gava, 100% simcha, 100% joy, 100% modesty. Understand? So when you go to this tzaddik, he's the one that can fix the lowest ones. What happens when you're so high? You can go to the lowest. When you go to the hospital, the highest doctor deals with the worst patients, the sickest patients. So the higher you are, the lower you can go. So that's why Rabbeinu is the hope for the whole world, the hope for all of Am Yisrael, the hope for the whole world, because it's just a conduit for Hashem's message, because there's no more him. Understand? He is a person. He is a person. And he's a regular, he sleeps and eats, like we saw. But after Piken, it's the neshama running the show. So we have a zchut to know of the Rebbe. Chazak Baruch.